Streaming just started. Alright, let's. Alright. Alright, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so, yeah, we already started. There's no one in chat yet, but we're going to start. So, yeah, let's start with EA.
Yes, sir. I know the gist of what happened. I kind of conk out during all the sports parts.
Everyone did.
I get that there's plenty of people that want this. Like, there really is a lot of people that like the sports stuff. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
you enjoy some of it, don't you, or do you not?
I enjoy some of them, yes.
Yeah, I mean, you seem like somebody who would. So there's somebody out there that likes that sports stuff. They wouldn't keep making them every single year if people weren't buying them, but I'm not entirely sure if that demographic likes games enough to tune into a live stream, on Twitch or whatever to learn about it. So the demographic over there is just sleepy guy face and pass out or complain.
Oh, yeah, even, I don't know, I think it was a YouTuber. He was going to present some game, I think it was Battlefront.
Hmm.
Oh, man, he was bad. um, so, yeah, in the sports area, well, now we're getting a campaign, more like a story. Um, but this is like a strategy. Um, they're doing this because if they want to know what happened to the character in the previous, in the past, that you have to buy this year, FIFA or NFL or whatever they're doing, and then you have to buy the next one. So in order for us to get the story, to learn about it, I'm like, okay, so they're trying to get people who actually like campaign and like the story,
Yeah,
and to buy the previous game. I mean, like
yeah.
it's a strategy. I know it's like okay, we still want your money, so this is a strategy that we want. Um, it's actually pretty good, but at the same time, it's like, man, yeah, you really want our money.
I saw a joke on Reddit not that long ago, and it went something to the degree of, why is EA the worst gaming company in America? And the punchline was because Ubisoft is in France.
Yeah. That's pretty.
I'm
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, even I think Ubisoft is also from Europe, so
Yeah, everybody
it's
has studios all over, but that's just a joke that I saw.
yeah,
It made me laugh. I know everybody's got studios everywhere, but still.
yeah.
I'll never forget EA winning like worst company in America, like I think it was 2 times in a row with like some major magazine.
Yeah.
It was funny. Anyhow, yeah, there was good stuff that came
Um.
from it, like Battlefront and or what, however direction you want to drive in. Zyber, this is your podcast.
Of course. So, I really did like how they're not doing a lot of Need for Speed these days, but at least they're
Mm-hmm.
trying to like, uh, jump into a new kind of Need for Speed, like every 2 years maybe now. I really
Yeah.
like that. It's not like every year Need for Speed. They're still doing with other games too. Um, for what I've seen from this Need for Speed, I think is Payback, was it? Yeah, Payback. Um, it is. It was. I know it was totally scripted. It was a scripted gameplay. I think it was like that. Uh, um, Initially, from a racing game that has a story. I think that was just like a piece of mission in the beginning of the game that is
Uh-huh.
really cool and badass because it
Yeah.
was really cool and badass. I'm like it, and it felt a little bit like Fast and the Furious to me.
Yeah, it seemed just like something that didn't make it into one of the movie scripts they put in
Yeah,
the game, right?
exactly, exactly. I'm like,
Right.
what this like stealing a car is like that's really Fast and the Furious thing.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
So I really like how it looks. Cops chasing you, a lot of cars chasing you. That's the typical Need for Speed thing.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I'm really looking for on having the. I have Hot Pursuit and Most Wanted on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
They were okay. Um, it's because of the open world and all that. It's it dragged the game really long, and I really wanted the customization, to be the most of the thing of back in the days in the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox, where we could customize our cars and do all
Uh-huh.
that stuff all over again. I really want to go to those days, and I hope
Yeah,
this one
sure.
has it. You know, because it's I want my car to be pimped.
That's right, homie.
Yes, totally,
Right.
totally.
So when you were watching it, I was thinking this, and Twitch chat kind of confirmed this with me because I was watching Twitch's coverage of all this. Uh, Specifically Twitch's. I know a few other companies broadcast there, but I follow Twitch's.
Yeah.
Uh, but I don't know if you had this impression, but I did. But the physics going on with Need for Speed Payback, they seemed really off to me. It
It
seemed,
did. It.
yeah. You caught that as well?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not just me. Like something's wrong. Like this isn't taking place on the correct
I
planet.
mean, they
With
try to fix it with the slow mo and all that shit, but I'm like, dude, that's unreal.
it's like that kind of impact. I don't think it's supposed to do that.
Exactly.
Right.
It kind of felt like those fakey CGI from Fast and the Furious shots and scenes.
Uh huh. Again,
Where
Fast and Furious
where
again,
the
right?
yeah, it's like when that car went to one building to the other. I mean, that's fake as fuck, man.
Uh huh.
That kind of fake stuff. I mean, the physics. I mean, if you want to make a realistic, yeah, a realistic in part of that car mechanic and car physics. I mean, like the.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get your point. Yeah, it seems kind of fake. I mean, again, it's a scripted. Maybe they will change it. I mean, they have time. Uh,
Hmm.
did they say release date? Don't remember.
I don't remember. When I watch E3, I just kind of keep it in my head like, oh, everything you're looking at's not going to come out for forever. It's like most
Yeah,
stuff from last year hasn't even come out still.
yeah, Microsoft.
Um, yeah. Anyhow, Need for Speed. I guess it can be seen as kind of arcadey. It just seemed
Yeah.
off to me with realistic graphics like that.
Yes.
Because Need for Speed wasn't exactly Burnout either. Burnout was really arcadey gameplay.
Yes.
With crashing purposefully for points and everything.
Exactly.
Uh, and dude, it's such a. Maybe it's different enough. I don't play enough car games to know, but man, there's quite a. We're not at Microsoft talking about Microsoft just yet, but there's quite a jump there from Need for Speed Payback to the new
Forza.
Forza.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We will get there in a minute.
yeah.
So, what other thing from EA besides the sports area? Before we get to the Battlefront 2, because that's like the only good thing from it. uh,
Uh,
Battlefield
what
1,
else?
right? Battlefield 1 expansion or DLC was it? Not much to it. But I think there's gonna
Yeah,
be
a
a
Russian expansion. Night
exactly a
maps.
Russian one. Yes. Oh, and a Way Out was it that new game?
Yeah, a Way Out, I think, was the standout title, that prison
Oh
break
yeah.
game. Yeah,
Yes.
that has potential.
That totally has
Um,
potential. Yeah.
that's not the type of thing that you see from EA all that often, you
Mhm.
know.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
The world needs more co-op games,
Oh yeah.
and this is clearly built from the ground up to be like that. So I think there's they've hit a real good market spot for that.
Oh yeah, and I really like that co-op in the couch with your friend at your side. You
Yeah.
and Shinjo could do that, or you could
See,
just
exactly. Yeah.
you could play online, but you also have
Hmm.
the split screen, so you could see your partner what your partner is doing on the other side of the
Yeah.
world with the
Yeah.
split screen. That's amazing.
Yeah. I hope it's like that. I hope it's, there's a similar game. I think of Kane and Lynch also. The
Mhm.
Kane and Lynch games. I feel like, not that I ever played those, but I feel like it's gonna split off, like split screen like that every once in a while. I hope it's not locked to online like that.
Oh
I
no,
hope.
no.
But
I hope it's not that of a disappointment. Because
yeah, there's moments
E-
in.
EA, likes to do that kind of disappointing, thing.
Yeah.
What else? Damn.
Well,
It,
when it comes to EA, there was a lot of showcase for Battlefront. But just looking at a page, because I didn't take notes this time.
no,
Uh,
I just gave up on notes. Really.
so I guess even more so, what I should have said, because they didn't show more of Anthem until the Microsoft conference,
Yeah.
but
That
it's
was
under
just a
BioWare,
teaser.
which is under EA, so that was just a teaser.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, people. Like, I know it's like your game. Just don't tease it. Like, if you want to show the full thing, just wait until Microsoft's conference the next day. It's all your fault that you were like the only exclusive for Saturday live streaming your conference. I mean, it's like the first time in like you guys are the first guys and alone in that day, and like what's going on
Hmm.
here?
Hmm.
I mean, but yeah, it's a Anthem. Wow, we'll get to that later.
Yeah, yeah.
So Battlefront, what do you think
But
of it?
Battlefront, dude, it sounds like, it's kind of what I was thinking when the first Battlefront came out. There just
Mhm.
wasn't much there. It was just such so lacking in content
Mhm.
comparatively to the Battlefront games of the past, and people are just like, "What the heck?
Exactly.
where's all this? Where's all this stuff?" So since they have a beautiful, since they've managed to bend the Frostbite engine to their will for Star Wars and have the groundwork in place, they had this extra time to finally build what would appear to be a full-size game this time. And it also didn't help that, like Finn, like John Boyega himself, I think that's great they even brought him into there and had him say some stuff in from episode 7.
Oh
Be
yeah.
like, dude, where I saw that tweet back then. It's like, where's the, you gonna give me a campaign? And like, okay,
Yeah, even
we
a
have it
lot
all
of
laid out. We
people
can
were
do it this time.
complaining. Even not just Boyega, but a lot of people were like complaining. Where's the campaign? Like there were a bunch of people, and that is why they like okay, we need to make Battlefront 2 make a campaign, space battle with ships and all that.
Yeah, dude, I watch it and I'm like, okay, this is closer to the Battlefront I played like forever ago
Yeah,
on my
the
computer. I see
PSP,
it.
the PSP one though.
Yeah. Oh, I never had a PSP. I never played that one.
Yeah,
I
it's
wish I had a PSP for that game though, back in the day.
yeah. So yeah,
Uh,
That.
Dude, and I'm just spoiled by how great Nintendo was with Splatoon
Oh
and
yeah.
being able to get free maps and free guns, and the fact that they're like doing that this time.
Mhm.
They're still like, dude, I'm gonna have to look that up. The name of Star Wars. Hold on.
It was a mobile game.
Elite Trooper, Elite Trooper Deluxe Edition has to be one of the longest convoluted names for a special edition of a game I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Elite is already, it's elite, and then you have deluxe, and it's like, dude, let's put some elite on top of some deluxe.
Exactly. Only deluxe.
The word deluxe is getting thrown around a lot, especially on
Yeah.
Nintendo side.
Yeah.
And there's already jokes. Elite Trooper Deluxe.
Yeah. Yeah. They like. Can you just release a game that it's with the full expansion and just call it that last, last name? Just compress those names. Like deluxe is good. Just don't put the other. Yeah. It's
Anyway,
yeah. Um. So yeah, for me, Battlefront, it did surprise me. I mean, I thought that EA was gonna like, oh my gosh, shitting things up. Like I was getting bored about everything. I'm like, okay, so let's go with Battlefront, and yeah, they nailed it. They,
yeah.
I like how the graphics is still the same. It looks beautiful. It's I think it's even more upgraded graphically from 2 years ago and now. So the
Dude,
gameplay is
yeah.
almost still the same. You can also play as a first person shooter and third person, if I'm not mistaken. And what else? The heroes. Damn, Darth Maul. It's like,
Dog? Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm like, man, is this guy really OP? Cause it, because most of the
Yeah.
heroes back in Battlefront One, they were extremely OP,
It kind
and
of evolved into who could get Boba Fett,
yeah,
as far as I understood.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
man, the stupid Frostbite engine, for as problematic as it is for some different genres, dude, like, Star Wars Episode 1 was so long ago now, and there was so much CG used in that movie, right? Because
yeah.
that's just the kick that George Lucas is on. Again, with the stupid graphics looking as beautiful as they are, I saw a comparison screenshot. Like, it's this big, wide establishing shot of the city of Theed on Naboo, like this aerial shot looking down at the city, and they recreated that same aerial shot like inside a Battlefront. It's like, holy cow, this is like running in real time in the
Wow.
game, and it looks so much like the movie. And I saw enough gameplay. It's like, wow, this looks so much like the sets did on the movie graphics wise.
Damn. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I mean, you know, unbashing the prequels, because
Mm-hmm.
since there were a lot of CGI in it,
Yeah.
but it serves for an inspiration for the game. Just like you said, it's like that particular scene. It's like really similar to the game, and I really like it because even though there's a lot of ship from the prequels, I like the ships from the prequels. I think that yellow ship, I can't remember the name. Uh,
Yeah, the Starfighter, the
yeah,
long yellow one. Yeah.
exactly that. That's the one. I really love those. I really love those, and um, getting those inspiration from the, I mean, they're all generations in this Star Wars, which that's the thing I like. I mean, don't base in just one Star Wars generation, based on all of them because that's what we want.
Mm-hmm.
This is really big universe in
It's just a
Star
big
Wars.
toy box.
Exactly. So that
Yeah.
so, and the good thing that EA said it was like the DLC are gonna be free.
Yeah.
Um, they're not gonna
We
rip
both
people off again.
Yeah, we
So
you know, Zyber, we both know they're going to probably throw microtransactions
Oh
still in
yeah,
anyway,
yeah,
but to have that free instead of nickel and diming people in that regard,
exactly,
choking them out of stuff, that's the right direction to take.
exactly.
Um,
But if you
so
want to be OP, there's microtransactions
yeah,
over here.
who knows what they will, but yeah, they shouldn't be
If you
there.
want to get Mace Windu.
Yeah, get him to fight Boba
Yeah.
Fett.
Oh
Oh,
my
dude,
god.
see that's what's messed up. That's just what I was gonna say. My one main gripe with it is like I'm watching the gameplay and I'm like, dude, this is looking more like Battlefront. I'm intrigued. Not promise. I mean, you heard me before. Like I'm not gonna do it probably right away. We'll see.
Mhm.
But here's the main thing I was gonna say. The gameplay I was watching, they're on Naboo doing the battle in the Royal City
Right.
and everything. A hero character comes out and it's Boba Fett. Boba Fett is doing that fight with the droids and the clone troopers, and I'm like, why
Right.
isn't it
Yeah.
Django?
Yes.
Why couldn't they get that right? Hopefully he's just a placeholder, and they pull their
Maybe.
heads out of their butts. They could have
Yeah.
the wrong Mandalorian there, dude.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Like I get it's a toy box thing, you want to mix some stuff around, but
Exactly.
everything
Yeah.
else was true to it. Why is
Yes.
Boba in there? So hopefully they
Exactly.
fix
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. You really have a solid point there. So yeah, they.
The gameplay, the
Yeah.
gameplay I watched though had it was cutting to all these different players. I saw people fly into stuff on like 3 or 4 different occasions. It was so funny. And the planes
Yeah.
crashing. Anyhow,
So leaving EA aside, uh, let's go with Bethesda, which was the one of the shortest one.
yep,
Uh,
just fresh off from watching that.
yeah, fresh one. So yeah, so um, yeah, what do you think of it?
Um, well, I love their presentation. I thought
Mm.
the thing with the kids at the
Oh yeah,
beginning was really cute and
really good.
funny, and
Mhm.
I love the all the extra graphics
Mhm.
they did. It's kind of what I otherwise yeah, it's kind of like last year, you know. It seems like a good chunk of rehashing of stuff that they already done and what
Right.
we've already known about.
Exactly.
Um, so there weren't too many surprises in there. We kind of knew that like VR versions of Fallout were coming already.
Yeah.
So I was surprised to see Doom, a
Right.
VR Doom, I
Yeah.
suppose, but it's not completely unexpected.
Totally.
You know what I mean? There wasn't
Yes.
anything too unexpected.
Exactly.
That's my first impression.
Yeah, yeah, totally agree, and I think that was my first impression too. I mean, like, the kids were really cool, talking about their parents. I'm like, I wish my parent would be like that.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's really it's like the first time that I hear you know kids that their parents are game developers, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty unique for Bethesda. And Bethesda don't actually make a lot of games for kids.
yeah, exactly.
Like, so I'm like, okay, it's pretty unique. Other thing that I really like was uh, that finally um, a press conference mentioned the Switch, which was
Yeah,
the Elder Scrolls
how about that?
coming for the Switch, and I'm like, okay, so it's things are coming true. This is just not like Nintendo being ignorant, like that
Yeah,
has been like in previous years. No, that actually there's third party support right here.
it's
So
the first time in a while I feel like I've seen a Nintendo trailer show up at an
exactly
E3 outside of Nintendo's own.
outside of Nintendo, yes.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
really
great.
cool. I'm really cool with that. So how do you feel about that though?
About Skyrim coming to the Switch,
Yeah, since you're a really Nintendo fan.
I'm I'm in the perfect audience for it because I myself have only played through Skyrim once, way back on the Xbox 360 when it was released on the 360. I have not played any expansions or any any other playthrough since. And I know it's huge. There's plenty of people doing all sorts of geez. There's plenty of people doing, all sorts of these extra playthroughs because there's so much to do. There's so much of that game I haven't seen. I'm their target audience for it, and I'm absolutely sold. It's amazing at this day and age with technology to have a game that huge on the go with you wherever.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
I saw the thing with the motion controls, be able to, you know, swing around and stuff like that. It's optional, but I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's great. And then he was
Yeah.
aiming with the bow, which I have loved.
Yes.
The gyroscopic aiming since the 3DS, and I'm like, oh, aiming with the bow, be sweet.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really really surprised since EA never mentioned anything. Of course, Microsoft is not going to mention it unless if it's Minecraft, because it mentioned Minecraft. You know, putting it into multi-platform multiplayer. So
Yeah, that's
that's
insane.
yeah. So other thing from Bethesda was wow, that Wolfenstein too, man.
That had a lot of personality. I'm not a
Oh yeah,
Wolfenstein guy, but I was really entertained by the trailer when
oh
it
yeah.
wasn't buffering for me. Uh, I was getting buffering on that part when I was
Me
watching it
too.
just
I
now,
was
so I
like,
missed some of it.
me
Oh, so
yeah.
it wasn't just me. All right.
No, I think it was like actually the live stream. Yeah. So, Wolfenstein for me was like, wow, this looks amazing. I mean, I've seen Wolfenstein like the original one. I haven't played it, but I've seen gameplays of it. I've seen friends play it, and
Yeah,
this game is amazing. I mean, the lore of this game is really unique. Um,
yeah.
so I'm really looking forward, and let's see if I can get interested in shooters again. Because this
Mhm.
is a shooter. It's a shooter game. So
Yeah.
let's see if uh, if this franchise keeps on with Bethesda with multi-platforms. I think it's coming for all platforms except for the Switch. Not yet, but I'm looking forward. That the Switch gets its respect pretty much soon. What else from Bethesda before we go to the Microsoft?
What else from Bethesda? What else happened? What else happened, dude? What else happened in Bethesda? VR stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Uh,
I mean, I think that was like
oh, oh yeah. Wasn't that the Evil Within 2 also
oh
over
yeah,
Bethesda?
damn
Yeah.
that creeped me out.
Yeah.
That creeped me out.
Um,
Like, okay, you got me.
you know, I didn't think people were wowed enough by that game to really want a sequel to it. Um, didn't you play it with Kaine perhaps
no,
at all?
no, I
You
think
didn't?
no.
Oh, okay.
Was it? I think it was Odakin who played it.
Maybe. I
Yeah,
thought I was hanging out in a stream with you guys when you guys were playing it.
I think it was in
Um,
October, something like that. We were playing scary games. But I think either
yeah.
it was Odakin or someone else in our in our family. But yeah,
If they were fans of that game, they weren't very vocal about it. Um,
not at all.
so yeah, I guess I'm a little surprised that it did well enough for it to warrant a sequel. Just under the impression I was getting from reviews and stuff, it just seemed kind of like it was mediocre. But hey, I guess this is their chance to step up then, if that was the case.
Yeah, I think by the time that the first game that came out from Evil Within, I think there were more horror games in that time, and like this one was stitched out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
Outlast One, I think it was released the same year. I don't know. Uh, Maybe other horror games like, I mean, I don't know if PT was back in the day, but since PT wasn't never released. Um, But yeah,
Yeah.
just looking back, but I really do not remember right now.
Yeah, maybe that was part of it too. Maybe there was a lot of other things coming
Yeah,
out around the time, but dang, they got the perfect release date, didn't they? Friday the 13th in October.
yeah.
Like everybody's gonna want to stream that. It's
Oh
gonna be
yeah,
like a brand new horror game.
exactly,
So
exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's totally a really good release day. So they're smart doing it.
yeah.
So anything else from Bethesda?
Dude, I I'm not too sure, dude.
Maybe we're
That's
like
what I can think of.
yeah, since it's that's our impact right now. So
Yeah,
we're
I
really
guess they
in.
made it. Yeah, they made it easier to let people have mods in their game.
Yeah.
Um,
There was a lot of gameplays that which I really like. A lot of trailers
yeah.
and all that. Um,
Uh, the internet tells me that I forgot about Quake Champions.
oh, the Quake. Yes, Quake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little hesitant about that one. A little
um,
hesitant about that one. I love that there's another fast arena shooter, but I don't know.
how's the feedback on that game? I think that I mean,
I'm under the impression people who've played the alpha and beta aren't really impressed with it yet, but I'm
mm,
not too sure, and I haven't played it myself. I thought it was closed. I thought it was a closed beta and alpha, but at the end of them talking about it there, they said that you could join, so that makes me want to give it a try.
I
It
think they
just
could
seems
have
like
like at
it's
least advertise it like, oh hey, look, it's a free beta.
yeah, maybe that's their way of telling them like, hey, this is open. Because I was under the impression it was closed up. I'm happy because I like the original Quake. I like to practice speed running it for fun, and so it has that speed that I kind of miss. Even though I like things like Quake and Unreal Tournament 2004.
Me too.
That type of speed has been missing
Yeah.
uh, in recent years. That arena style, quick bunny hopping, all the rocket jumping kind of stuff
Yeah.
is really neat. It just
Mhm.
seemed like Quake Champions. I just didn't get a good first impression of it because it's just like, hey, let's take Quake and then let's make it a hero shooter, kind of like what's coming up a lot with Paladins and
In
Overwatch
Overwatch, yeah, in Battleborn.
and a few, yeah, yeah, a bit of Battleborn and everything.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a good first impression of it, but if it's open, I do want to give it a try.
Totally, totally.
I do want to give it a chance.
Yeah, since we both have PC, so we've got no
Yeah,
problem.
it doesn't seem graphically intensive. If it is free right now, it
Yeah,
doesn't seem
exactly.
like it'd be
Yeah,
graphically intensive. So
yeah. Like any PC or any laptop could play it.
yeah, and if Shinja were here right now, sorry, he's staring it off. They talked about
Yeah.
the Elder Scrolls card game.
Oh my gosh. Like how many card games are there? Like I
There's
know
so
there's
many card games.
uh that Stone, was it? What was it? No, it's Power Stone is the Dreamcast game. um,
Even Titanfall almost got a card game.
Titanfall almost. Oh my gosh, that would be a totally bad thing.
Yeah, I don't think it
Oh my
worked out
god,
for him. So I don't think
no.
so. Yeah, no, I'm not super hating on card games. There's just so many of them, and if you come across watching this and you like card games, you do you. I've got nothing against you for doing
Oh, of
card
course,
games.
yes.
I've uh I've been tempted myself in the past to give them a shot, but there's just so many.
Oh yeah. Anything else from Bethesda before we move on?
No, I think that'll do it. All I gotta
Yeah.
say is I wish I had a Vive so I could try out Fallout 4 VR.
Oh yeah. All right. So moving to the longest uh, E3 conference, that will be the Microsoft's Xbox E3 press conference. And we will not mention all the lists because there were a lot of games, unexclusive and exclusive for the Xbox. So so before we get to the game, so what did you think about the Xbox One X as a name of the game?
Oh, who gets to name these things? Diver? Who gets to name these things? You feel the same way?
Yes, I do feel
Yeah.
the
Who
same
gets to
way.
name these? The Xbox One 10 is what this is basically summed up to. So does this make it the 11?
I really do, but this is really confusing. Like a lot of YouTubers have been saying it. It will confuse, little kids. Like, I want the Xbox One X, and the parents will like Xbox One X or S, and they'll see the
Dude, it even
S.
sounds the same. Like, what if the parent
Exactly,
buys the kid the X and they want the X?
and the S is cheaper than the X, and I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god, this is gonna flop.
They'll be like, but it works with all your same stuff, and they'll be like, yeah, but it's not that. And it's like, what is your problem? It does the same thing,
Yeah, it
and
does.
they won't understand.
Yeah,
Man,
um, it's gonna be a problem because of saying it, and it's like we have to say it with the really hard pronunciation for the X.
yeah,
So
X,
it's
X-ray.
X. Yeah. I mean, I don't blame them. I mean, I do blame Microsoft by making these names up. I mean, they just leave it like at least Scorpio. Or I know it was like, it's just like the PlayStation Neo, and then it turned out to be a Pro. But PlayStation 4 Pro is not confusing. You
Yeah,
separate, those kinds of E letters and or letters.
yeah,
It's not confusing. You just want to
exactly.
name your console in an easier way for the consumer. Because if you go to a store and the employee does not know what you're saying, they will totally get you the wrong box.
Yeah, there'll be people that won't know better, or you'll just, have to correct yourself because of
Exactly.
your accent or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, that's gonna
There
cause some
is
problems.
there are pro versions of things in the real world that we live in, unlike Microsoft that wants to just brand it themselves however they fit. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Oh my gosh. So I know Xbox fanboys will, dislike this video, but I honestly like the Xbox. A lot of Xbox exclusive. Uh, Phil Spencer is doing a really good job most of the time. Um, um, but you know, to get the names right, for your console,
Uh huh.
it's really a big deal. It's not just how it looks like because it looks really nice. I like it. It's small. I like it smaller than the S. I like it's comfortable. It has that liquid inside. It's not just a fan. I don't know how that called.
Yeah.
It's like a freezing thing that won't heat up really fast. So it that is why it's really small, and I really like it. Um, what else? What else? Um, so we start on the Forza.
The Forza.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Well,
native
yeah.
4K, right? 60
I am
frames.
impressed to
Totally.
see a completely native 4K game
Mhm.
running. I thought it would take longer than that, but this machine, I guess it's powerful enough to do it. So
Yes.
that's what they say, that's what they showed, to the
Exactly.
degree that we could see it on our monitors. Uh
Exactly.
color me impressed. I thought this day would take longer to get here.
Mhm. Mhm. No,
Um but yeah, Forza does some things that really overshadow a game like Need for Speed Payback does.
totally. Um, it really concerns me a little because they only been showing Forza for all these months, Like the only
Yeah.
game that runs 4K. I'm like, come on, guys, please show us another game that will run native 4K, 60 frames per second on your console. That really bugs me. I don't know. I know a racing game. It's like, no, it's really high speed. Those frames are on point. There's no lag. There's no, it's perfect. But it's a racing game. What about a fighting game or an RPG games where there's a lot of stuff happening on screen? It's way different from a car game, a racing game. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, speed is something, but things like an RPG and a fighting game have, like RPG has a lot of things happening on the screen, such as animation, uh, the place. If it's open world, you have to render all those stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty hard to just make a native 4K 60 frames per second game in an RPG running on your console. So yeah, it's but still impressive. But yeah, I'm still bugged because in just Forza, you know, I don't know. I don't know what you think of it.
Well, when it comes to graphics, it seems like to me that cars are the first thing
Mhm.
uh, to come out. There's just something kind of mostly static about cars that they're able to put
Yeah.
a lot of. They have their time and effort into it. They have a lot of real world models to go off of. Heck, you know, the designers themselves, they're partnered with Porsche and everything. They might even have like this exact same 3D model documents that
Yeah.
the designers have to help them even
Mhm.
put it in their game. So they might even speed that up, and they have plenty of resources going towards the track stuff as well. Having having the dynamic puddles, I think, was like really neat. I think that's a
Oh yeah. Yeah.
that's a really
Yeah.
neat thing. It rains and the puddles get gradually bigger. Well, liquid is still like a really tricky thing.
Yeah. It's really hard to make too. So
Hmm.
I mean I do not know what engine are they using, but yeah, it's pretty hard to do those things.
Yeah.
What else about Xbox?
Oh, all
Besides the
sorts of
specs,
stuff.
yeah.
Besides
Besides,
the specs,
yeah.
that's an impressive price point, man.
Oh yeah, the
Uh,
price. Yes,
$499.
it's 500, but it's okay for what it can do.
Yeah,
I'm not going
people
to.
were people were shooting way higher than that.
Yeah, I mean 600. Like, come on, people. They're not going to shoot 600. I mean,
Yeah.
Um, for Microsoft, I mean that's a really decent price. A lot of people have been saying, "Oh, it's too pricey." Yeah, okay, it's too pricey. Yeah, I said it. Um,
It's $100 more than a PlayStation Pro.
and an Xbox One S. That's like
Yeah.
200 more. I mean, yeah, 200 because
Hmm.
it's 200. Maybe a 100 and a half, something like that. But yeah, it's way low. I mean, Um, for the things that it could do, I think it's a really decent price. Um, for let's see the games that it actually. Let's see. I have a list here. Crackdown 3. Do you see the?
Love that trailer.
Oh
Love the
yes.
trailer.
Yeah, that Cruz.
Terry Crews.
Yeah, that he's funny as hell.
He is. I
um.
love Terry Crews, and I've
Yeah.
wanted to get into the series for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I bought the first game not long ago, and haven't touched it.
Nah. So the Assassin's Creed game. What do you think of this Origins? I mean, it looks really advanced. I mean, for
Um,
using your eagle and that
yeah,
was
that's neat. It looked like you could control the arrow at the end,
yeah
which
you
is a
could
little weird.
like you could like control it or something. Yeah.
Yeah, after he shot it at the guy who was hunting at the end, it looked like he could control it at the end, like a
Yeah.
remote controlled missile for Metal Gear,
Yeah.
the Kita missile, or yeah, that's the first example I could think of. I don't know. It seems like it has some innovations. I'm not a big Assassin's Creed fan. I played Black Flag for video, and I think there should be more games that do something like Black Flag did. This is a ton of desert, so there isn't going to be ocean, so that's thrown out the window.
So, I'm hoping this will be a lot bigger,
Probably.
open world, since most all the Assassin's Creed are open world. I'm
Yep.
hoping for this one to be a little bit more open, like, uh, let's see, Horizon Zero Dawn, open world. I mean, they could pull it off. I mean, if they could pull off,
Hmm.
Ghost Recon Wildlands, I mean, that's open world. I mean,
Yeah,
so,
and that lets you have a drone, and I guess that didn't break the game too
yeah,
much. So I
yeah.
kind of worried about the bird breaking the game too much, like marking people. But
I think that's
I don't know,
certain
they made it work
areas.
somehow. So
Yeah, I think that's certain areas. I mean, if you in a certain mission, I think you can only use the bird in certain mission in the end on the mission. I mean, you just can't go around like fly
so
over.
the thing I can say about Assassin's Creed is that it leaked all over the place on the internet before we saw it here. So I'm
Mhm.
not surprised. There
Right.
isn't much in it that surprised me, I guess. But I'm not the best person to ask. I'm not the biggest Assassin's Creed person. Liked Black Flag though. And I guess thinking about it, there was a shot in the trailer that showed boats, but it's not a pirate game. So it won't
Yes.
focus around that.
Yes. Okay.
Unlike Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. Let's just talk a little bit about Sea of Thieves. Uh, so
Amazing presentation.
yes, yes. I think I don't know, but some of the animation seemed kind of a bit slow.
It looks stiff, didn't it?
Yeah.
It looks stiff.
I know
Like
it's
the gunplay was
multiplayer.
like, yeah,
The reloading, man.
yeah. It just it didn't seem like there was a lot going on with the shooting in that game.
I mean, it's a first person. And
Yeah,
they could do better than that. And it's animated. It's not like really hardcore graphics like Call of Duty or Battlefield graphics. I mean, this is really good animation, which which they can pull things off a lot better, such as extremely faster animation, even for a Scorpio. I mean, Xbox One X. So,
yeah.
um, yeah, I think Sea of Thieves has a really cool multiplayer, since they show us the gameplay. But yeah, that my only concern is like it felt kind of slow. You know, the animation,
Absolutely.
it's the humans that's my problem. But the rest is just all cool.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100% there. Sea of Thieves was the one thing that I highly predicted, highly kind of expected to see there. Maybe I didn't drop that in my predictions podcast I did with you, but I was hoping and thinking that it would be there. Uh, they had a wonderful presentation. It's one of the best game presentations, if you ask me. They managed to make me laugh a few times, which
Yeah,
doesn't really happen unless it's a mistake or it's cringy as all get out.
exactly. Yes, yes.
So everything around that, man, it's exciting.
Yeah, it is. I
It's
mean,
exciting
like
if you have great people to play it with, anyhow.
exactly. And I really like to be a pirate, and like most of all, I mean, if one of our team wants to be a captain, we might
Yeah,
have to all fight to be a captain.
shooting people out of cannons, I thought that was amazing. I
Oh
doubt
yeah.
anybody in real life would make that shot. When he
Mhm.
went from one boat to another,
Oh
that's
yeah,
super.
man.
That's super not likely to happen. Uh,
Yeah.
um, but I liked what they showed off. Only time would tell like how much deeper it gets, or maybe if they get feedback on that combat and they make it a little more loose.
Exactly.
A
Well, since it's
little more
fantasy, because
exciting.
I seen unreal things in Sea of Thieves and you too. I mean,
Yes,
more than
yes,
sharks. I mean, I want big squids, octopus, a kraken. I
yeah.
mean, monsters like that. You know, I mean, not just sharks. I mean, that's not the biggest predator for humanity as a pirate. But yeah, it's I really want some more
So
things in the sea.
yeah, um, if anything was going to sell me on getting an Xbox, it would have been that. Uh, but nothing in this conference still makes me want to buy an Xbox.
Yeah.
And I haven't bought anything from the Microsoft Store yet, but I think that would potentially be the first game, if I did, I would get from the Microsoft Store so I could play it on PC.
Mhm.
That'd be the
Mhm.
first game I'd take advantage of that that marketplace, you know?
Exactly. So I really want to talk about Metro Exodus. I really like the gameplay trailer, but it was really scripted.
Oh yeah, it so was. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, it looks nice. I really like it looked open world, but kind of like, scripted. Once it's scripted, you just can't you can't go certain places. I mean, you cannot just go around and do the stuff you want to do, just like in Breath of the Wild or Horizon Zero Dawn. But I really hate these kinds of trailers. I mean, for me, it's okay. I mean, it's 4K. It's another. I think it's 4K, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It
it
was
is.
astounding to see something like that looking 4K.
Yeah, because it looked amazing. But yeah, the scripted gameplay just turned me off. Really, it's like, okay, so um, the weapon changing and the reloading kind of felt like, okay, this is totally scripted. And also when the guy was going around, like, is this actually the initial of the game, or just like a Need for Speed thing, like this all over again? I'm like, oh, come on. But yeah, I really like the visuals. I'm really looking forward for Metro. Um, so let's see if it's open world or not. Cause for me right now, I'm really into open worlds. I like to go around and explore. Um, I'm really not into so much of a linear gameplay or a linear
Yeah.
game these days. I just want to play if it's um, not multiplayer, so I have to have like at least above 4 hours of gameplay. So yeah, that's what you know my critique for Metro Exodus.
Hmm.
So yeah, well, let's see what else. Anything that you want to say for Metro?
Uh, Not a whole lot. Um, no, I agree with you on all those fronts. It was really scripted. Um, I don't have a 4K monitor myself, so seeing things like that
Yeah.
uh, in 4K, I don't know. And I sure wasn't able to tell. They say it's supposed to make stuff look better in 1080. I believe that to a degree. With that kind of hardware behind it, there would be
Mhm.
anti-aliasing and all kinds of other tricks
Yeah.
that make it look nicer. But we certainly couldn't take advantage of that graphical fidelity through a stream
Exactly.
anyhow.
Yeah.
So,
So, what do you think of State of Decay 2?
dude, I was really excited when the first game was coming out. I thought it had a lot of potential, but it couldn't hold my attention.
The animation
Um,
looked derpy, man.
yeah, there's some animation. I don't know. Some of the graphics seemed a little bit off to me. It sure had potential for
Yeah.
as a game. It sure seemed like it wanted you to let things be open and be free however you wanted to be free.
Mhm.
But I wanted to do that stuff with friends. I wanted to do that some of that stuff with extra players. Yeah, you can have
Mhm.
the NPC stuff to drive a story along, but I wanted to be able to do that, and I couldn't do that. So I don't know if this second game does that. Anyhow, um,
Mm.
so I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it seemed like you're able to build up a base, and I'm a sucker for that stuff.
Me too.
And to be able to like farm resources. You know, I spent a lot of time on the farm in Monster Hunter. I spent a lot of time uh, creating a farm and a base in Fallout 4. I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. So maybe if it's deeper like that, maybe I'd be more intrigued. So I guess I would just need to know more about the game before it hooked me better.
Right. Yes. Totally agree. Totally agree. Like the only thing that I really like was the environment. I really like how it looked. I mean, the trees look really cool, but the humans are really, I don't know. It just felt off. The human animation just felt unreal. If they want to make a realistic um, game with zombies in it, I mean, like at least make the animation more realistic. I just, I don't know, man. Maybe
Mhm.
I'm just tired, but I'm just sick of uh, developers telling or making this decisions to be like, oh, because the uh, the consoles to the consoles are not as powerful as we want to, but you can't barely do a freaking game with highly graphics. I mean, if people want graphics because it was always about graphics, I mean, if you could pull that
Mhm.
off, I mean, you have the Scorpio right now. So why are you doing these derpy animations? I mean, don't get me wrong, the game looks really playable, but it doesn't look great. It doesn't look good. Um, still, I still won't buy it. I still think that Sea of Thieves have me right there, just like you, Dan. Like, okay, if they only fix the speed of the reloading and the rest of the derpy animation for humans, like if they both have similar problems, the animation
Mhm.
of the humans and the movements and all that, they really look robotic.
Yeah.
If they fix that, I mean, I can I can do something with it.
Yeah. We'll
Anything
see.
else?
When it comes to State of Decay, I just need to be sold more.
Oh yeah.
Anything else about State of Decay or on Microsoft?
Let's go with Microsoft. Before we go to Anthem, because I want to leave that at the end. But if we have nothing else to say, let's fan out on Anthem.
Well, I can think of something else besides Anthem.
Okay.
Um, and I'm surprised you haven't brought it up yet. But dude, that Dragon Ball Z game looks sick,
Oh
bro.
my gosh, I forgot. I totally forgot. Oh yeah, dude. I Wow.
What is
Dang
the
it.
name of that game again?
Dragon Ball
Dragon Ball's
Fighter Z.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z. That game looks sick, dude.
That I was like, I hope it's a 2D. Oh, and like, bam,
Yeah, it
2D. I'm like,
is. Yeah,
damn,
2D.
it's 2D. It's like, wow,
It's
it's
like
like,
3v3 like Marvel, it
oh
looks
yeah,
like.
yes, yes. It really looks really arcade, but it's better. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it has that Guilty Gear graphics, which I
Yes.
really love. I really love Guilty Gear graphics and like the 3D animation when they do their special attacks. I'm like, that's so sick.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I'm like, wow. And I hope they have more features in that game, more modes, more fighting, and a lot of I hope the roster is my main concern for this game, because most of the roster from the new Dragon Ball Z games, like, they're really short. And I'm like, such as Xenoverse. Xenoverse, the roster is like, okay, you can get the other characters through a DLC for $10.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh come on, just just put the whole pack there. I
Yeah.
mean,
I love those. I love those graphics. It's been a long time since Dragon Ball's had a fighter.
oh yeah, that is
It looks.
2D.
Yeah, it's the graphics are somehow like to me. It's not by a whole lot, mind you. Like, Xenoverse looks amazing
Oh,
in
because
its
it's
graphics, but
3D. Yeah.
somehow, yeah, somehow the lighting or something like the graphics look even better to me in this fighting game than they do
It's
over in
it's
Xenoverse.
so because it looks like the freaking anime itself.
Yeah, it looks even more like the anime than Xenoverse does.
Yes.
For the it's like the shading or lighting or something. So I agree with you that that technique that Guilty Gear's been doing. where it switches back and forth.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
sweet.
so as much as I love, uh, as much as I love that game, I'm excited about that game. Um, there's a game that wasn't brought up in the conference in any of these conferences that we talked about, but I still wanted to bring it up during this because it was still talked about today. Um, it's called Blade Strangers, and it's a fighting game coming to the Switch that uses a technique just like Guilty Gear did, where it's 3D models,
Mhm.
and then they shorten the frames of animation so it's closer to a fighting game.
Right.
I'm gonna link you to it like um, somewhere in the middle of this podcast so you can
Yeah.
check it out later.
Yeah, of
Uh,
course.
but it looks sick, dude. They have fighters that come in from other games, and the control scheme takes inspiration from Smash Brothers, even though it looks closer to a Street Fighter game. They say
Right.
it's like a blend. They say it's like a blend of those two things together, and it has
So cool.
fighters from other games, not super popular games, but like they have a character from Cave Story and Code Princess. And the thing that freaked me out the most is when I was researching the grappling hooks video. There's a game that came out originally for the Super Famicom called Umihawa Kawase, and it's about a girl with like a fishing hook grappling hook thing,
Wow.
and she moved around. She was a playable character in this, and I flipped out. I flipped out that she
Wow,
was a
that's
playable character.
amazing.
So yeah, they have um, oh yeah, here's a link right here. I'm gonna give it to you in chat here in a
Yeah,
second. But anyhow, you should check that out. That's the thing. It might be the thing I'm most excited for. Maybe
oh
maybe we'll have
yeah,
to
I
see.
mean, damn, it looks dope.
But that was brought up today, even though it wasn't in a conference. Maybe Nintendo would be talking about it when it's Nintendo's turn, but it was
Oh
still
yeah,
showcased today in some of the coverage, even if it wasn't an official conference. So
exactly. Oh wow, this really looks damn good.
I was thinking of you when I was watching it. So
No, yeah, it's wow, this totally fits for the Suzuki Arcade franchise that I have on my channel.
yeah,
This 2D,
absolutely.
yeah, it's totally gonna help me right here. I mean, and that new Dragon Ball game is gonna, well, I hope it doesn't
Oh,
disappoint. I really
that
hope it's,
Dragon Ball game.
yeah, I
Ew.
hope it's better than Xenoverse. I mean, I like Xenoverse because it has that RPG element, also fighting
Sure.
element, but
And hilarious character creation.
exactly, no, that's just ridiculous. But yeah, I really want to, because we used to like Budokai 3,
Sure.
those 2D games back in the day, or what other 2D Dragon Ball Z game back in the day. Really barely remember all of them because there were tons of them. Uh, I mean, those really cool fighting games that made Dragon Ball a really good fighting system. Other than other anime uh, franchise being adapted into a video game. But yeah, it's at least it's just coming to the West. I mean, there's a lot of Japanese games that they don't come over here because it's not as popular as Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm really that these kinds of games, 2D games, Japanese games are really getting to the U.S. market because this is a way for selling, and if if you want your game to be famous, it's you have to bring it to the West or some other like Europe. I think Europe, they receive like mostly everything more than us. I can guarantee you that from the Dreamcast, there's a lot of things over there that they never came out over here, and I'm really excited for these Japanese games. I'm really impressed that Microsoft, you know, presented Japanese games in their conference. such as Final
It's true.
Fantasy 15. Uh, because I think Final Fantasy he mentioned that it was going to be 4K, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna get a patch for it. Yeah.
Mhm. So I'm really really impressed because it's I think Phil Spencer is still doing a really good job. Even though I bash on him because he sometimes says a lot of shitty stuff, unnecessary stuff. I mean, but yeah, I have to give him really a good credit because he's doing what he's supposed to do. I mean, he's totally listening to the gamers, us, instead of shitty fanboys. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's because of that. Phil Spencer hates fanboys, and I really like that about him. So I'm really impressed for Phil. This press conference, even though there were, I mean, a lot of games that I didn't really care in this press conference. The indie games, okay, it's okay. I mean, Cuphead was okay.
Yeah, there's some
uh,
other stuff that seems cool kind of just flies by too fast.
yeah,
They can't expect me to remember. The next few days of E3 will refresh my memory because I'm sure they'll show them off again. But
yes.
still,
And most of the games that Microsoft announced are coming next year. That kind of bugs me.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah. I mean, you kind of that's just kind of how it is.
yeah,
It seems like even last year there's still like a great deal of things from last year that still aren't out yet.
exactly, yeah. It's like if they're going to say like early 2018, that could be like February or March. It can't pass by March because after March it's just like April and May, which that's almost the middle of the year. So
Yeah,
I'm hoping for the best for Microsoft and their new console. I hope it really goes well. I mean, since they've been flopping for all these 4 years straight. But yeah, pretty decent a press conference. Still, there's some games here and there that I'm like, okay, this Xbox, just like State of Decay 2. I mean, not buying it at all. I mean, and that is a really hardcore exclusive for the Xbox, and it's I'm not buying it for an Xbox really.
hmm
Sea of Thieves, just like you said, okay, it's even though a lot of people don't like oh it looks cartoony, it doesn't have graphics. I'm like, shut up, like enjoy the game, enjoy with your friends. Since it's multiplayer, so it's a freaking
right.
game, so it doesn't matter how it looks. So yeah, anything else that you want to say?
Anthem.
Anthem, yes, let's go with Anthem. Oh
Yeah,
my
I
gosh.
mean, you could say it was probably the uh, for me the most interesting thing just about to crop up.
Just to
For
leave it
like as far as
away,
AAA goes.
just to leave it away before we go to Anthem. I
Okay.
mean, they've totally EA totally forgot about Mass Effect. They're like, this is trash. Let's just go to
Yeah.
Anthem.
Andromeda 2, please.
Andromeda 2, damn. If that's gonna be released. So
No,
yeah.
don't think so.
So okay, let's go to Anthem now.
Yeah. So, man,
Wow.
that looks really cool. I get to be Iron Man, huh? I get to be Iron Man in
Dude,
a
that
kind of
suit. Damn. Suit.
I get to be Iron Man, and I also it's like I'm playing Destiny, except it's open world, and I'm Iron Man. I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself so much.
Yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
for the little bit that we saw, um, it's amazing. I mean, they told us it's open world. That's a checkpoint because I'm into open world. Has
Yeah,
awesome visuals. It's third person at least. I really not liking first person. Like I mean, I really want to see the character. Um, you get to fly.
yeah,
What else? You get to swim with the suit. What else? You
You
get cool.
obviously can get Jerry's Wrath, the
Oh,
gun.
oh yes. What else? This game. Um, uh, did we actually? I think we saw a bit of the campaign, right? Was that the campaign, or was it? I think it was campaign for me. What
Well, they
what else
got
would it
like a
be?
mission. One
Yeah, it
of the
was like a
players got a
mission.
mission, and
Yeah. What else? Well, this game really blew me away. I mean, BioWare. It's like, damn. Were the ones who created Crisis, or was it? No, I don't think it was Crisis.
yeah, Crytek is their own
Yeah,
studio, or
Crytek has their
was.
own
That
studio.
studio isn't. Yeah, it's not doing too well as a studio lately. So
Yeah,
no.
I mean,
Anyhow, um, dude, yeah, like it's a free roaming, pretty much an RPG. Like, it seems like you're upgrading your suit to your
yeah, it's
play style.
customizable. Yeah, it's
You're getting better
customizable.
parts for yourself,
Mhm.
better
Yeah.
better armor, or maybe you're leveling up by whatever gear you find. I like stuff like that.
Oh, totally. I really told Kaine that, man, this game is totally Warframe mixed with Destiny. It
I was
has
getting
that.
Destiny vibes from it.
Yeah, it's like, wow, it's totally inspired. Um,
It has that hub city with the players
oh yeah,
running around in the hub city, and then you go out.
yes. I
Except it's
mean,
actually open world.
for the little bit that that we saw, it's amazing. I hope it doesn't disappoint. Like, oh, it's open world, but in certain mission.
Uh huh.
I really hate that. But yeah, it's just hope that it's a really big, huge map. That you could at least, do whatever you want. I mean, I know it's certain missions, just like you do in Metal Gear. But I really want the free playability uh, as a player, for this game.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping. If it's open world, I really need the free space I need. I don't want invisible walls because I hate invisible walls because how this game is created. I mean that's lazy. I mean we're in this current gen that games need to be bigger. Games need to be you know what we want as gamers.
Hmm.
Open world is something that is increasing by the minute right now. I mean, I know there's a lot of games developing, being open world already. It's not just MMORPGs, even other games that are single player that has this massive map. So I'm really hoping for Anthem to be the one of the greatest games of all times. I hope. I'm really getting my hopes up really high, but I mean, um, this could be one of the if I really want to get the full experience, I will totally get the Xbox One X. But if it's
Hmm.
coming to PC, I just upgrade my PC. Either both.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my solid thoughts on Anthem. I mean the teaser from EA was trash. I mean, what the?
Yeah. There's nothing there.
There's nothing there. Like, oh man. So yeah. Anything else you want to say?
We're gonna be. It's just another, instance of E3. It's gonna be
Yeah.
a long time before we see that
Yeah.
game on store
I hope it
shelves.
doesn't get canceled or anything particular.
Yeah.
We've been having a lot of cancellation last year, including this year, so we don't want that.
Yeah.
Just try to keep it up. Um, just try to keep consumers coming. That's us. I mean, you're winning money because of us. No one else.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm really hoping for the best for Microsoft and hoping for the best for Nintendo, Ubisoft, and Sony. And for the PC, uh, I think it's day 3 and day 4 that are left. So yeah. Anything else you want to say, Officer Dan?
I think we covered it all pretty well for today.
Oh yeah, totally. All right, guys. This has been Zara Punky. Don't forget to favorite, rate, comment, and subscribe. This is
And this is Officer Dan, and I host a gameplay channel called Karibukai Play, where we live stream Super Mario Maker every Friday at 11 p.m. Central. And I have my own channel of great content called Soda Wave Show. You can check that out. And also, thanks for joining us. Make sure to subscribe also to Cyber Station.
indeed. And once again, we'll see you guys later.